Referees. They're like the supporting actors in a movie, crucial but easily forgotten, unless they pull off a stunt worthy of a Hollywood blockbuster. Today, let's dive into the wild world of refereeing decisions in football, where you'll be asking yourself, did they leave their glasses at home or what? Number 1. Maradonna's Hand of God. Maradona, the football legend who played for the sheer love of the game, not the stacks of cash or Instagram followers. In 1986, he led Argentina's national team to victory in a thrilling final against Germany, and Buenos Aires was about to throw a party. But wait, rewind to the quarter-final match against England. Argentina won 2-1 and Maradona scored both goals. One of them, however, is eternally etched in football's "What were they thinking?" archives. During the 51st minute, Maradona found the net, but it wasn't with his foot. Nope, he used his hand. And that's not something you learn in the FIFA rulebook. Now, let's roll on to number 2. Lampards' goal against Germany in 2010. The 2010 World Cup, where drama was served hotter than the pies at half-time. England faced Germany in the round of 16, and we all anticipated a spectacular show. Germany eventually won 4-1, but it could have been a different story with a more attentive ref. In the 38th minute, Frank Lampard saw his chance to make it 2-2, and boy, did he take it. He fired a thunderbolt from outside the box, and the ball smacked the crossbar, then kindly introduced itself to the goal line. Lampard and his buddies were already practicing their victory dances, and fans worldwide were ordering celebratory fish and chips. But hold on a second, the ref, George Larionda, must have thought he was at a magic show because he didn't blow his whistle, and the assistant ref, Maracucha Espinosa, was probably busy planning his next vacation. All Lampard could do was contemplate a career in stand-up comedy with such a punchline. Number 3 is Joseph Samiac's triple yellow card surprise. It was the 2006 World Cup, and you know what they say, second chances in life are overrated. But no one ever mentioned anything about third chance. And that's exactly what Joseph Samic was handed during a peculiar episode in the 2006 World Cup match between Australia and Croatia. So here's how the plot thickened. In the 61st minute, Croatia's defender Joseph Samic received his first yellow card. Just as the clock was ticking towards stoppage time, there was the second, and you're probably thinking, red card time. After all, the rules are clear as day. 2 yellows always equals a red card. But this wasn't your typical referee blunder. It was a masterpiece. Graham Poll, the man in the middle, decided to rewrite the rulebook, or maybe he was writing a sequel. He kept the red card in his pocket and allowed Samic to continue his on-field adventure. Unbelievable, right? But wait, it gets better. After the final whistle, Samic thought it was the right time to have a friendly chat with Mr. Poll, which evidently rubbed the referee the wrong way. Graham Poll, clearly an advocate for the third chances, flashed another yellow card in Samic's direction, making it a hat-trick of yellows. Well, it took 3 yellows for 1 red, and Joseph Samic finally saw that elusive red card hovering above his head. I guess they say it's better late than never, right? Or do they even say that at all? Number 4 is Henri's magical handball extravaganza. France, the powerhouse of football, and their journey to the 2010 World Cup in South Africa was as thrilling as a comedy show at times. In the World Cup playoffs, they locked horns with Ireland, and after an epic showdown in Dublin featuring Anelka's goal in the 72nd minute, everyone thought France is in, no worries. But boy, were they in for a plot twist. The rematch was like the sequel you didn't know you needed. Robbie Keane set the stage with an early goal in the 32nd minute, and the scoreboard refused to budge until the final whistle. It could only mean one thing: bonus time, the extra crispy chicken of football. Now, picture this: France, with all its superstar talent, under the kind of pressure only a poorly timed punchline can create. What if they didn't make it to the World Cup? The horror! But then, like a knight in shining armour, or should I say, a magician in cleats, Thierry Henry stepped in. In an act that would make Houdini proud, Henry's hand seemed to have a mind of its own. The ball whizzed past everyone except our handball virtuoso Henri. He swooped in, caressed the ball and delivered it on a silver platter to William Gallas, who put it in the back of the net like it was the easiest thing in the world. There was just one tinsy-wincy problem. Henri's hand was an unexpected guest at the party and it stopped the ball dead in its tracks. Talk about multitasking, right? Henri could have been a pro handball player on the side. The referee probably missed the memo on the sport change, but hey, comedy's all about surprise twists, isn't it? Number 5 takes us to the infamous character Tom of Ribo. If, by some miraculous twist of fate, you ever find yourself at Stamford Bridge, there's a name you should avoid mentioning at all costs: Tom of Ribo. This Norwegian referee had a rendezvous with destiny in the 2009 UEFA Champions League semi-final, overseeing the dramatic match between Barcelona and Chelsea. Picture this: after a goalless draw in Spain, Chelsea decided to throw a house party and host Barcelona. The Blues dominated the match like they were auditioning for a Hollywood blockbuster, and the final score settled at 1-1. But hold on to your hat, because if Tom of Ribo had decided to go fishing instead, things might have looked very different. Of Ribo, in his quest to break some kind of record, managed to make an astonishing number of errors, all seemingly in favour of Barcelona. There were cards dished out that shouldn't have seen the light of day, whistles blown for fouls that were probably imagined, and penalties that would have been awarded by referees from Mars, but not by Of Ribo. Why, you ask? Well, that's a mystery bigger than Bermuda's Triangle. After the final whistle, all heck broke loose. Chelsea's players were as mad as a hornet's nest, and they weren't exactly hiding it. Drogba, in a moment that should have won him an Oscar, bellowed in front of the cameras, "This is a disgrace!" Moving on to number 6, we have the Liverpool versus Sunderland, the balloon incident. Now, in the wild world of football, strange things happen, but this one takes the cake. During a 2009 Premier League clash between Sunderland and Liverpool, the strangest goal you'll ever see came to life. Sunderland's Darren Bent found himself with the ball in the penalty area, and he did what any footballer would do. He decided to test the theory of aerodynamics. He kicked the ball towards the goal, and it seemed like an easy catch for Liverpool's goalkeeper Pepe Reina. Or so you'd think. A rogue balloon, probably auditioning for the circus, decided to take a detour. It intercepted the ball, changed its trajectory, played a trick on Reina, and ended up in the back of the net. If a scoreboard could express emotions, it would have said Sunderland 1, Balloon 0. And for number 7, we have Serbia versus Portugal, the Stefan Mitrovic clearance mystery. Now, I know we live in an era of high-tech wizardry, but back in the day, during a World Cup qualifying match between Serbia and Portugal in Belgrade, it was the dark ages for goal line technology. The game ended in a dramatic 2-2 draw, but what happened 10 seconds before the final whistle blew made Cristiano Ronaldo see red, and not just because of Portugal's kit. With time ticking down, Mendes launched a cross into the penalty area, and Ronaldo, the sprinting gazelle that he is, reached the ball before the goalkeeper. He then decided to send it towards an empty goal, thinking it was the easiest job in the world. But Stefan Mitrovic, Serbia's master of mysticism, made a dramatic save. The ball, as clear as daylight, crossed the line, but the referees must have been on an extended coffee break because they didn't see it. Ronaldo was convinced that they had pulled a fast one on him. He protested with all the fervour of a tenured lawyer, but it was about as effective as an umbrella in a tornado. So there you have it. I hope you like it. If you like the video, do subscribe to the channel for more updates.